processing when something kind of is bothering, to swallow, then to process and take the good and leave the bad, and then get rid of the rest of the stuff. My question is, can you, I find that it is the most difficult thing to get rid of it. Can you help?
You can keep it.
No, then it becomes a problem.
You don't know. No, you keep it. Keep it. You're saying it's difficult to get rid of it? Then we'll see how easy it is for you to keep it. Keep it. Keep until it builds up. Keep until it builds up. Then that time, after it builds up like that, then sit down and ask me the question again. Effendi, you taught us a 3 process. Now I find that it's very easy to just pass it. I learned my lesson. The whole point is for you not to understand from here. No. Not to understand from here. But to understand from here too, from your heart, what do you have to do? You have to experience. You haven't experienced. You're not enough. Go ahead, do it until you say it is enough. The best knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. So if the smart man is not going to say, well, I didn't experience. People say poison is bad. But I didn't experience that. So let me drink it. Person is not very intelligent. People are saying doing all these evil things is wrong, but I didn't experience it. This is knowledge. No one ever really thinks that way, really. I have in doubt that it is bad. Let me try it. So how are you going to use now your intelligence for this? You must. Meaning you don't have to, let's say, put it simply, yeah? When you see the minaret, know what happens? You know that there is a town there. You don't have to go in and look. You see, from a distance, you see the minaret coming. The Turks, they are saying. You don't see the minaret. But you have one guide to say to you, I know you cannot see, but beyond that there is a minaret. You trust that guide. You listen. It's simple. You still find it difficult? They say, okay, suit yourself. You go through it now. You understand? I was just saying to the women before, and I'm repeating this. It is wrong for the woman or the man who are married to each other to tell their private things to other people. Wrong for women to tell private things about the husband complaining to other people. Wrong for the man to tell other men about private things with his wife. Wrong. Quiet a little bit. So, it is wrong to do that. Things happen, yes. I was joking with a woman. I say, it's never all these thousands of years, I have never heard of a woman because she cannot vent so much she has to say, that because she has so much to say, she cannot say, she explode and she die. You ever hear? What happened to her? Oh, why she explode? Because she wants to vent and she cannot, so too much. Yes or no? You look at me like, people don't even know the adab of listening. There is an adab of listening. How I learned looking at my Shaykh to see how the adab of his listening to his grand Shaykh. That's how they listen. Oh. That's how they listen to sohbet. So many things to learn. So many things to learn, so many things to pick up. I was saying to the women, but yes, there are things that are happening, meaning go to the right people, go to the right places. You will get help. I'm not saying just pretend it's not there. I'm not saying that. But don't go around blabbing to other people. It is wrong. Keep each other's honor. And sometimes when the thing that is very difficult for you, very unpleasant for you, but for Allah's sake, you hold it. And you cry because it hurts you. And you pray to Allah. And you cry, and you cry, and you cry. That unpleasant thing, just like that grain of sand that enters into an oyster, the oyster is not spitting it out, it's crying. It's crying, and it's crying. And what happens to that very unpleasant thing? It becomes a pearl that the sultans, they put on top of their heads. One time I was passing by, I saw these pearls, and millions of dollars. Millions. I was like, really? But these are all the tears of the oyster. If the value is given to an oyster, what about the unpleasant things that is given to Hazrat Insan? What kind of jewel he transforms it to, presenting it back to the people, not for himself, to the people, and for Allah's sake. What kind of sufferings the saints, what kind of sufferings first the prophets they went through, and how they turn all of that into jewels for mankind until the end of time. They went through. We are still taking those jewels, learning from them. Yes? So, look at things differently. Then slowly, one day, you're going to start feeling different. Not the same. Once you feel different, you think different, you see different, the thing will become different. It will become different. Once you start seeing it with the way that Allah sees, with the way that the Prophet sees, with the way the friends of Allah they see, ﷺ, then that time, then you understand what is rahmat. How all this pain and sufferings of everything becomes that the Prophet ﷺ went through, all the good ones they went through. And still they smiled and they looked to their Lord. They're crying, but they look to their Lord. And how those are jewels, dunya and akhirat. So we are following in that way. We must look at these things differently. We cannot say we follow this, but I feel like this, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm becoming more stubborn about it, and I'm never going to change. You cannot. Try to, inshallah. Try to. If you're following in this way, one day, because we're fighting, one day they will just give us their medet, their assistance, their help, and it'll be so easy then for us to see. They take those veils away. Yeah? But you must continue fighting. And we should not be too entitled to say, I fight, so you have to give me. Fighting so long, why are you not giving me? Why are we demanding? Just because we pray, we demand our sawab. Just because we do something good, we demand to be rewarded. This is not the behavior of a servant. We do something good. We worship because Allah deserves to be worshipped. Not that our worship means anything. Because Allah is not in need of our worship. Prophet ﷺ is not in need of our salawats. Whether we give him salawats, all of creation, all of men and jinns and angels and everything known and unknown give salawats to him, is not going to raise his station one bit. If the whole of creation is not going to give salawats to him, is not going to make his station to fall one bit, because his Lord is giving salawats to him. It's enough. His Lord and the angels, from pre-eternity until post-eternity, he is not in need of anything. If you understand a little bit of his specialness and his specialness to his Lord, that time the salawats you're going to give will be different. It's not just because you have to give it to get this, or to get this sawab, or to get this insight, or to get... No. It's coming from the heart. You're just saying thank you. And then that time, that thank you carries with it responsibility also. Not to say thank you and to continue supporting wrong things and doing wrong things. You understand? Inshallah.